All right, y'all, what's going on? Goofy Rexy here, and hope everybody is doing well. Got a couple topics I wanted to talk about here today. We got Madelyne Pryor we got information about her. She was the 5th character that's going to be added here to Marvel Strike Force. We got that information yesterday. So kind of wanted to talk about this, who exactly is going to benefit from Madelyne Pryor here, but then also wanted to talk about some other things as well, like patch priorities. And there's definitely some concerns right now. There's quite a few things going on. We've seen there's a tag in the game for the disciple tag that is rumored to be used for Pocket Dimension. There's a Scourge event for Pestilence, which we still don't have full details and information as of yet. So, what do we focus on right now? But let's talk about the first thing here, which is Madelyne Pryor and who will benefit from Madelyne Pryor, right? And to be real, I'm thinking that the players that stand out to me that are probably going to benefit the most from Madelyne Pryor are the top alliances, right? Those that are kind of we've been using this term for the past couple of weeks now, the sweaty alliances, right? Which means the really high competitive alliances that take war incredibly seriously, that most likely have already built up their Marauders team. So they've already put a lot of investment into Mr. Sinister. They've put quite a bit of investment into Mystique and Strife. I'll tell you this, man. I did a matchup today against a 917k Marauders team with Sabretooth still on defense. It did not go well the first matchup. We used Secret Avengers with Nick Fury, which is a matchup that I usually can kind of go through fairly easily. But man, we had to throw in Zemo and use Zemo with Secret Avengers in order to be able to get through it. Even then, it was still a little dicey. Strife is going to be a problem, and Madelyne is going to make sure that Strife is even better than he is right now. And of course, a combination of Emma. It's going to be a very challenging matchup to get through once we kind of figure some things out. Now, we were attacking them in the bridge. They still had all their globals up. So probably as globals go down, maybe if you're not attacking them in the bridge where they're getting these random 10 positive effects, maybe it's not going to be as challenging, but still you can see the potential of what that team could be. Are they going to be the best war defense team? No, that's still going to be Heroes for Hire, Young Avengers, the Dormammus, or whatever Eternals that you're using. Those are still going to be the better war defense teams, but I do think that Madelyne will definitely increase the viability of this team, being just another challenge, another wall potentially that you have to get through. Not as big of a wall, but it's still somewhat, to a certain extent, a challenging team to get through. But those, for me, players who've already invested into Madelyne Pryor, players who are really super competitive in war, are probably going to be the only ones, right? They're going to be benefiting from Madelyne Pryor. So for someone like myself right now, that I'm in a Plat 2 alliance. We're kind of we're competitive, yes, but I mean, I more prioritize war offense than anything. Madelyne Pryor, to me right now, I won't say she's skippable. Definitely want to be able to grab the shards for the character, but I just don't think that this is going to be a character that I'm going to put a lot of time or thought into right now, just because of a lot of the other priorities right now that I'm thinking about in this game. And also, I'm a little concerned about her viability outside of war defense. If you guys have probably seen her stats already, she's very squishy on the health side. Her armor is very low. Her health pool is very low. She's super really high impact when it comes to damage. One war defense, her health can kind of be hidden a little bit because of Sinister and her getting the extra health boost. But overall, a little concerned right now about her viability outside of war. Now, there's some things that she can do, right? I mean, she's still going to be able to apply the defense down and the disrupt and the ability block. She's, like I said, she's still going to do pretty high damage overall, but I don't know if this is enough or impactful enough for you to really take a look at her. Are you going to use her probably in the mutant boss node? Maybe. I'm sure that somebody will test her out, but I definitely don't think that you should probably be prioritizing going after her at first. I think definitely, like I said, it's pretty much basically going to be these top tier alliances that are probably going to get the benefit from building her, because they've already built the Marauders team, and then you can probably slot her in and try her out in these mutant boss nodes. But apart from that, what the hell else do you do right now? There's so many things to be concerned about when it comes to patch priorities, right? There is the Darkhold team where we just got Doctor Strange Heartless. I'm hearing some good reports so far for some players who have built him up to gear tier 15. Somebody mentioned tonight in the stream, which by the way, I'm recording this video live on stream. So check out the link down below for Twitch and follow me there where I do stream Marvel Strike Force content on a weekly basis. But somebody mentioned, hey, I build him up to gear tier 15, used him in raid, and was able to see he does a lot of damage with his ultimate ability, which is good, right? And he's of course getting that speed up on the kill, so that definitely does help out also as well. But the problem is that you're gonna have 5 mystic characters, right? 5 mystic characters that you're gonna have to invest into. You're gonna have Wong. There's going to be Morgan Le Fay, who's a legendary character. There's Agatha Harkness. There is Scarlet Witch. I know probably not the best character on that team, but still going to provide some solid viability with the extension of the buffs. Also, of course, being able to kind of rebalance the team, giving them the flex, giving them defense up. There's definitely still going to be some viability for Scarlet Witch. So what do? Do you prioritize investing into Darkhold? Probably, right, because they're an arena team. But keep in mind too that these characters are going to be trickled down throughout the entirety of the patch here. So there will be some time where you'll probably have a little bit of lag, but it's going to be a matter of how well did you prepare for this patch? Were you farming your mystic gear before? We got a lot of Armory 14 orbs from this past event, right? So are you opening up those Armory 14 orbs? Are you farming your mystic gear even right now on a regular basis? Because that's really going to be important. And then there's the other thing. There's a Pestilence event, right? Which you have to go after. You're going to need to get through the Scourge event, right? If you want to be able to get Morgan Le Fay. So then there's a question. Hey, do you save that gear for Darkhold or do you invest into Dark Hunters? I am of the belief that right now, personally, my thoughts on this overall thing is I'm holding off on investing into Dark Hunters right now. I'll show you exactly where I'm leaving my Dark Hunters and what I'm doing with them currently, and how I'm kind of going about planning out this patch right now. So I've unlocked Dr. Voodoo. I should rank him up, but I've unlocked Dr. Voodoo. I unlocked Morbius. I got him at 4 stars. I'm going to be building them up and get him into level 71 and gear tier 12, right? And I'm going to hold them and I'm going to leave them there. In the interim, what I'm doing is I'm being very careful about how much gold I'm spending on a day-by-day basis. Probably only spending about 1 million or 1.5 million here because I want to be able to have some gold available to me just in case, hey, I start doing the Scourge event and I need to do something like this, right? Where I need to go here. Okay, at least I'm already in a position where I'm not going, I don't need to, at least I already have them at a stopping point and have them in a place where they're at least ready to be boosted up and to be brought up, instead of having to bring them all the way from from level 1, right? So that's kind of the way I'm playing it right now. I'm building up my Dark Hunters. I'm leaving them at a stopping point. I'm saving some of my gold a little bit here. I'm making sure that I'm farming the gear in the interim to make up for it. I'm open. We got a blessing with those Armory 14 orbs. Hopefully, you got a good amount of those and you can kind of open them up. Hopefully get some good drops for it. But that's kind of like my plan right now with this Dark Hunter team. Maybe I need them. Maybe I don't need them. We'll see exactly what happened. But then what about Pocket Dimension? Pocket Dimension right now is currently rumored to be, we got this disciple tag in the game, and we're believing that the disciple tag is going to be slotted for Pocket Dimension. It's going to be used for Pocket Dimension, right? I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet, but that's sort of our speculation. Maybe it has been confirmed. I haven't heard of the confirmation as of yet, but for me, I'm looking at this roster right now and looking at the options available. There are some good characters here, but none of them really have this. None of them stand out in terms of synergy, right? Unless you're looking at maybe characters like Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, and then that's really kind of maybe Doctor Strange Heartless and probably Scarlet Witch. But if you're probably someone that's not a high spender, it may take some time for you to get Doctor Strange Heartless. We don't know exactly when the Pocket Dimension event. We believe that that's going to be the way that we're going to be able to get some shards here for Agatha Harkness. But what do you do right now? How do you plan for that? And really kind of one of the bigger issues is that we don't have dates, right? They haven't told us that, hey, Pocket Dimension is starting on this date. The Pestilence event is going to start on that date. So we don't really know how to plan out our roster. We don't know how to build because they have not given us this information. And I'm partially wondering, are they doing this because they just want us to panic? upgrade, or are they doing it because they just genuinely don't know when to release information? Because we also know, right, that the anniversary event is also going to be happening very soon, because we've seen some of the milestones that are currently in the game. So what the hell do you do now? So what I'm doing, like I said, I'm parking Dark Hunters. I'm farming the gear. When it comes to Darkhold, I'm probably not really going to invest into the full Darkhold team anyways until we get Morgan Le Fay, whenever that happens. But then for Pocket Dimension, if that is going to be the way for you to be able to get Agatha Harkness, I think some of the characters that probably are going to be standouts here are most likely going to be, if you've already built up Iceman for your Mutant Doom raids, you have him as an option. Not the greatest option, but you do have him as an option there. I think Black Bolt is probably still one of a good character to invest into. I know that a lot of people are using him in Dark Dimension 5. I'm going to be planning on using him in Dark Dimension 5, so I'm probably going to boost him up a little bit here. Night Nurse, if you've already built up your Shadowland team, is probably a good, decent character. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, well, there's Ghost Rider. Why not build up Ghost Rider? You can, but once again, I'm leaving him at 71 in gear tier 12 because I'm just not sure whether or not I want to go in this direction as of yet. Maybe we'll see what happens when Pocket Dimension rolls around. There's Scarlet Witch. I'm probably going to do something that maybe you shouldn't do. I'm going to build up my Yo-Yo because Yo-Yo and Black Bolt work really well together. Yo-Yo's focus is a little bit of an issue, but I have her at 6 reds. Maybe she'll be okay. This is sort of an interim. I'm not completely sold on this decision yet, but there are some workarounds with some characters that you've already probably invested into already, and then probably plugging in some of these newer characters. I think Kate Bishop is a viable option. I think Doctor Strange Heartless is also a viable option that's there as well. If you're going to invest into Darkhold, then you might as well probably consider Scarlet Witch also as an option. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange Heartless would have some synergy there. But I think the characters that really stand out are probably Morbius, Ghost Rider, Iceman, Black Bolt, Night Nurse if you already have her build, Scarlet Witch, Yo-Yo, Kate Bishop, and then Doctor Strange Heartless are probably going to be the highlights that you're probably going to want to look into here. So really, ultimately, at the end of the day, this is going to, don't use Ultimus. Obviously, you can see that I'm not using my Ultimus here. That's the reason why he has the 1816 orbs or shards there. But yeah, we still need information, right? So it's hard for us to plan towards this without knowing exactly what the dates are and knowing exactly what to do. And I think that this is something that Scopely should really consider and understand, is that we as players would like to be able to plan out our roster. We'd like to be able to plan out our investment. What exactly are we going to do? And right now we don't have enough information to make those educated decisions, which leave us in a place where we're frustrated, leaves us in a place where, where you kind of throw us into a panic. And there's a lot of gear right now to be used. There's a lot of things to try to figure out what to prioritize. So I think that this is something that they probably need to release information on. Let us know what the Pestilence event is going to be like. Let us know exactly what the restrictions are going to be for the other difficulties, not just difficulty 5 or difficulty 6 or difficulty 6, which is going to require Web Warriors or Dark Hunters. That's all we know right now. Release the information so that players can start planning out their rosters and figuring out exactly what they need to do so that they can be successful in the game. Because ultimately, we want to be able to have fun, and part of us being able to have fun is not panicking towards the very end and trying to figure some things out. But listen, we'll probably talk a little bit more about the Pocket Dimension event once we get some more information. We'll talk a lot about probably the Scourge event once more information is released there. But I think priority definitely should be Darkhold. They're an arena team. You definitely want to plan out to invest into that team. Dark Hunters, leave them at a stopping point. Get yourself prepared just in case. And then Pocket Dimension, that one's still kind of up in the air right now. We're going to figure some things out there, maybe see what the best options are that are out there once we get some more info there. And then we'll circle back around and talk to you guys about that. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. What are you thinking right now for Pocket Dimension? What are you thinking for these other game modes? What are you going to be doing with your Dark Hunter team? Are you going to be building them up? Are you going to be bringing them to G15? Are you going to be bringing them up to G14? What are you even shooting for when it comes to Morgan Le Fay? It looks like she's going to be a 3-star unlock, as they mentioned. But what are you even shooting for Morgan Le Fay? Are you shooting for 4? Are you shooting for 5? And how are we even going to get there? But listen, appreciate you guys watching the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links that are down below in the description. Until next time, guys, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Bye. Where's my Wawa? I'm parched. Does that say 11:30 p.m.? I'm going to bed, guys. Ridiculous. I'm old now.